There we go. Alright, so I am here doing another interview with another friend of mine, Trey.
Nice to
So,
see you.
conversation. We're just going to ask questions and we're going to talk about things and have some fun.
Sounds
Alright, so first things first, name, major, and why you chose your major.
Trey Stewart, digital media major, and I chose my major because I am a writer, and writing is like my biggest passion. And if I could get, any kind of career, if I could go down any kind of career path where I could be, I guess compensated is a good way to put it for my writing, that would be just a dream come true. Whether that's sports writing, just working within a newspaper, working for a website, that kind of thing. Anything where I can write and my writing can be put out there, and then again I can be compensated for that. That's the dream.
That's best. So that's really cool.
It's part of the reason is because I blog. I have my own blog anyways, and it's just kind of giving me some practice, I think, into the kind of writing I want to do, or the kind of writing I enjoy the most, because it's just like that is my passion.
That's one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of my. I didn't really like art major a whole lot, just because I like writing what I want to write, and I like writing about things that I like writing about.
I feel that.
And so, like with my music, with the radio station, I can talk about anything related to music or related to what my show's about.
You have more freedom that way.
Yes,
and
I prefer the freedom. And
sometimes I feel the same way too, honestly. Not that I don't like the music I'm in, but I do wish for some more freedom at times.
Yeah. And teaching's definitely more my calling. I told my 7th graders that I was going into teaching. One of my 7th graders was like, "You would be an amazing math teacher." And I'm like, "Bless you, child."
Teaching is something that scares me to death, so I'm glad people like you are willing to handle that burden.
Yeah.
Burden is not the right word. Weight, I should say.
Sometimes it can be a burden just thinking about all the things I'm probably going to have to go through.
For sure.
With the kids I'm going to work with. But they're not kids, they're going to be teens. But anybody,
that scares me more, to be honest with you.
Anybody that's between like born to 18, I consider my child. And so
I got you.
That's just the way I am. Alright, so your current favorite class.
Favorite class currently. Ooh. I said one I'm taking this semester
or
one
like
I'm taking already.
One you've taken already or this semester or
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really enjoying this semester as much as I enjoy.
That this semester really is what kind of pulled me to the teaching.
As much as as I enjoyed like my past 2 semesters. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with this is a tough one. I think I'm gonna go with my last year's graphics 1 class with Laura.
Okay, graphics 1 was okay. I just had some teacher issues, but we won't go into that. I don't care.
Ironically enough, I will say I did as well for the first half of the semester.
Because I got nothing above a 90 on any of my projects, and that's with corrections.
Oh wow. Well, I think I had the similar problem, and that my grades weren't where I thought they should be, and I emailed her to talk about it, and she was receptive, and she was very understanding of my perspective on what was happening. So I appreciated that, but I totally understand.
I mean, I love her.
Oh yeah, me too.
I do. I love her. I just have my own quirks about the way she does things, just from my own past experiences with other teachers and things I don't like. And
teaching style is not for everyone. Also, is this going on this is just going on your YouTube channel, right? Okay.
It's not going anywhere else.
I'm not trying to get it.
That's why we're leaving that be. We're done. It's staying there.
Teachers, I don't want to be getting into any
I know. We love Laura. There's nothing wrong with it. We love her.
Laura, if you do happen to be watching this, I love you.
We love you.
That's a little forward.
We love you. Okay, we love you.
I really like your teaching.
Yes, we love you.
We'll leave it at that.
Leave it at that. Okay, so speaking of professors, who is your favorite professor that you've had so far?
I've thought about this one before, and it's honestly a very close race between different professors for different reasons. One, Professor Gopal. Professor
Gopal was okay. I only had him for 1 semester.
When I came into NGU, he took me under his wing pretty much, and he is the one who gave me opportunities like the one that I had to go to Nashville and to do, participate in NRB. Like he took me under.
I loved NRB.
He saw my script writing and my writing, and he's like, "You would be great for this team to go to Nashville and compete." And he saw that in me, and I really appreciated that because like it was when I first got here, he was the first person to really say, "Hey, you're really good at this. You should, try taking this a little further." And so for that reason, I really do like him, and he's one of my favorites. Dr. Sparks.
Haven't had him.
He is one of the most relaxed and chill professors I've ever had. He's funny. We watch TV episodes in his class sometimes.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, we watched NCIS one time.
I'm jealous.
Was it NCIS? I think it was NCIS.
I'm jealous. There's like 3 different ones.
I think it was.
There's so many different ones.
We watched that in his class, and it was wonderful. And we just did stuff like that all the time, really fun activities, and we got to write a script for a Pretend Curious George episode for one of his classes. Yeah, it was fun stuff like that,
That sounds like so much fun.
Writing for broadcast media was the class, and it was an elective for me because I'm not a broadcast media major, obviously, but it helped improve my script writing and writing for television, writing for news packages, that kind of thing. And thirdly, Dr. Stevens.
I love Dr. Stevens.
He's the smartest professor I think I've ever met in my entire life.
I love
what he knows.
I actually have an interview with him later for a story, the Star Trek question I asked you earlier.
Oh, he does.
So, because I'm doing a story for Writing for Digital on Star Trek, lessons learned from Star Trek.
That's cool.
And so I'm going to go talk to him. I have to find some people that are my age that watch Star Trek.
I don't know.
That's the task.
I wish I could help with that, but unfortunately, I'm not really a huge Star Trek or Star Wars.
Star Wars. I like Star Wars. I prefer the animated Star Wars over the movies, though.
I feel that.
Just because I love the plot lines and I love seeing some of the things that happen between the movies and that kind of a thing. So I do have to say Star Wars Rebels, the series, the episodes I've seen are my favorites. So, but yeah. So I've seen all the Star Treks. Except for the animated one. I have not seen that one.
I don't think I've seen anything Star Trek related, sadly.
I love Star Trek. Like the current one, I was very hesitant to watch it, but I did
When did the most recent one come out?
It's actually still running.
Oh.
So they have episodes on CBS All Access every Thursday, which tonight.
Oh, it's like currently running.
Yes.
Now. That's crazy.
So they have. I went through all the Star Trek series again, through all of them, and I got to the end, and I'm like, I can't say I've seen all the live-action Star Treks unless I watched Discovery.
Yeah.
Because I had heard very mixed reviews on it, and so I was very hesitant to watch. And so, but they're all really good. Voyager's my favorite. So they're all on Netflix.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. Except for Discovery. So everything else is on Netflix.
I got you.
So, and I haven't seen any of like the original Star Trek movies, but I did love the reboots with Chris Pine.
Okay.
So, all right. So on to favorite color.
Favorite color. This was an easy one for me. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a lightish blue, like a very lightish blue, like the color of that girl's shirt right there that's walking past us. That kind of color. It's
slightly brighter. It's slightly like a pastel blue, but like lighter.
Well, the reason actually is it's my favorite basketball team. Is the Memphis Grizzlies. Yeah, and they've got these jerseys that are like light blue, and they look really cool, and I really want one. But it's that's my favorite color. Plus, it's the color of the sky, and it's like, you know what? It's just too much.
Yeah, I have my own version of blue that I like. I have 3 colors: purple, orange, and then
I do like purple and orange for Clemson. Yeah,
yes, I call the blue Jonas blue because it's the blue that the Jonas Brothers had for their Disney show on their logo. I absolutely love that color.
Really? Okay.
And so that I've always been trying to find it. I can never find out what it's called. So that
just call it Jonas Blue.
Yeah, I just call it Jonas Blue, and then of course TARDIS Blue.
That sounds
I'm
good.
a Doctor Who nut.
Nice.
So okay, so we're going to move on to Harry Potter.
Okay.
So here's the situation for everybody who's.
We discussed this
previously.
Prior to the.
He has not seen any of the movies or read any of the books. And we are not completely sure what his house is, so we are going to have him take the test on his phone.
Yes.
So, if you want to pull it up.
I'll read the questions out loud.
Yes.
And therefore... Okay. Dawn or dusk? How do I choose these? Oh.
Yes.
Just click select on Dawn or
All
Dusk.
right. Yeah.
So I do my best work at night,
Okay,
like in the wee hours
yes.
of the night. So I'm gonna go with dusk on this one because that's like night. That's
Yes.
yeah. That's of course it
Yes.
is. If you were attending Hogwarts, which pet would you choose to take with you? Oh my gosh, there's like 13 options here. Okay, I'm gonna read them all off really quickly. Tabby cat, Siamese cat, ginger cat. I don't even like cats. Black cat, white cat, tawny owl. Okay, screech owl, brown owl, snowy owl. Oh, I already know it's gonna be snowy owl. That would be so cool. Common toad, netherjack, whatever toad. A bunch of toads. I don't even like those either. Yeah, we're gonna go with the snowy owl.
Alright.
Because those things look cool as heck.
They do look cool.
Which of the following would you be most likely to study? Centaurs. Oh, okay. Goblins. Mer people. Like, is it like mermaids?
Yeah.
Okay. Ghosts. Oh, I love paranormal stuff. Hate vampires. Werewolves or trolls. I'm gonna go with ghosts. I used to watch this show called what is it? Ghost Adventures all the time when I was a kid. And these people that would go into different houses and like abandoned haunted houses and try to see if there was any like
I know what
paranormal
you're talking
activity
about.
on in there. So like
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff. You enter an enchanted garden. What would you be most curious to examine first? Silver-leaf tree bearing golden apples. The fat red toadstools that appear to be talking to each other. That would be pretty interesting. The bubbling pool in the depths of which something luminous is swirling. The statue of an old wizard with a strangely twinkling eye. I gotta go with the toadstools that appear to be talking to each other because that would freak me out. I feel like I was on some sort of drug if I was seeing that. Okay, a troll has gone berserk in the headmaster's study at Hogwarts. It is about to smash, crush, and tear several irreplaceable items and treasures. In which order would you rescue these objects from the Trolls Club if you could? Oh my gosh, these are a lot of options. First, a newly perfected cure for dragonpox. Then, a student records going back 1,000 years. Finally, a mysterious handwritten book full of strange runes. First, student records going back.
These
I
are
have
gonna
to go the dragonpox first. Is there another option for this? Then a mysterious handwritten book full of strange runes. Finally, a student records going back. I'm gonna go with this one. That
Okay.
sounds good to me. Given the choice, would you rather invent a potion that would guarantee you love, glory, wisdom, or power? Wisdom, for sure. I'm tempted to say love, but like, I'm gonna go with wisdom, for sure. A muggle confronts, is it like somebody who doesn't know magic?
Yes.
Okay.
Muggle doesn't know magic. Or
That's
doesn't
embarrassing.
do magic or anything.
I will say I did know that because I have seen Fantastic Beasts, which is a great movie.
I've seen both of them and I own the first one. I need the second
Yeah,
one.
it's a good one. I need to see the second one.
Yeah, the second one's pretty cool too.
Muggle confronts you and says that they are sure you are a witch or wizard. Do you ask what makes them think so? Agree and ask whether they'd like a free sample of the jinx? Agree and walk away. Honestly, I'm not gonna agree. I'm not gonna insult their mental health. I'm just gonna ask what makes them think so because I would be curious. Oh, left or right? Left. Congratulations on being sorted into Ravenclaw.
Cool.
That's interesting. I must not have been a student.
Alright, more about my house.
Yeah, at least I need to know more about this. You probably know that some of Ravenclaw's most renowned members include Gilderoy Lockhart and Luna Lovegood. I definitely didn't know that, but thank you for assuming I did. But did you know Ravenclaw's Grey Lady is the least talkative Hogwarts house ghost, or that Ravenclaw's common room boasts the most stunning views of the castle grounds? Here you can discover more about your beloved house through writing by J.K. Rowling, articles by Pottermore, and all the latest Ravenclaw news. You can also share your... Okay.
Let's see here. Keep
I don't
going.
recognize any of these names.
Just keep going. Let's see. Character profile.
Except maybe the first one, the Luna girl. I might recognize
Yeah.
that one.
Alright, Ravenclaw traits.
This one?
Yes.
Where do I find these
Let me
traits
see.
at? Oh, wait. I'll go back to the page. See if I can find it.
Let me see.
There you go. Oh, wait.
Let's see here. Prize weight, learning, and wisdom. Is an ethos etched into film. That's Lockhart. That's the ghost. Professor. Character object profile. Let's see. Gray Lady.
Who is that?
Don't know. I don't remember. Let's see.
I think it's just safe to say that clearly Ravenclaw would have to be the coolest out of all the groups. If I was sort of into it.
Honestly, yes. Honestly.
Are there any of the movie characters that I would know that are from that house? Because I know a few of them.
Cho Chang, Luna. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out Flitwick, the Gray Lady, the Crazy Lady.
She looks crazy. Her eyes look bigger.
She's insane. She's crazy.
Okay, sweet.
So, but
Good to know.
I know there's a certain.
Now I can tell people if
Yes.
anyone ever asks. I'll tell
Yes.
them Ravenclaw.
Okay.
Sounds perfect.
So I know there's a website. My friend knows what it is. I don't remember what it is, but you can go and look up like the specific characteristics and stuff.
Cool.
So okay, so we're gonna move on to Marvel versus DC. Your stance on what's
Is that even,
best
is that even close?
or
Are we talking
how?
Comic books, video games, movies, anything? Overall?
Overall, like
Marvel.
basically.
Marvel.
Kind of
No.
figured.
Not even close. Has anyone you ever asked this said DC?
I honestly don't know.
Because I don't like I'm excited to see Shazam. Because I know I want to see
I
that
am
movie.
so freaking excited.
I think
Zachary
it's gonna
Levi is amazing.
Yeah, I think it's
love
gonna be
him.
good. I'm not gonna lie, I think it'll be a good movie. But I mean, you just can't compete with Marvel. It's like there's
You
just so
honestly
much.
can't.
There's 22 movies of
In
just,
10 years.
It's just too much. You know, it's like they can try whatever they want to just kind of
Yeah.
claw the way back up, but they're just gonna keep getting kicked back down. You know, like
Mhm.
cool. Shazam is out. That's
I
awesome.
think they're
No,
on their
wait.
way to like coming back, but Marvel just
I'm curious.
it never left.
I'm curious as to maybe when Endgame is all wrapped
Yeah.
up and stuff, if DC will start really pushing stuff more then to kind of like
Yeah.
see if they can catch some of those like I guess leftover.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
I hope a lot of people don't fall off the Marvel train tracks
I
once
hope not.
Once Endgame is over and the Avengers are
Because
most
there's
likely
still we still have Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, at least probably another Captain Marvel
dead.
movie.
True.
You never know.
I mean, it's just too much though right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, you seen Suicide Squad?
No,
Oh, you don't need to. It's
I
horrible.
don't. My
The
brother,
soundtrack is-
my brother and sister loved it, and I can't handle
The
it.
soundtrack is great. So let me tell you what, the soundtrack, it comes with, Heathens by 21 Pilots, a cover of Bohemian Rhapsody by Panic! At the Disco,
Mhm.
Sucker for Pain by Imagine Dragons, and a bunch of other really good artists, including like Logic, Ex Ambassadors, Wiz Khalifa. It's just so good. The soundtrack alone is better than the movie 10 times over, no question about it. But yeah, it's not the same for DC, unfortunately. So my stance
Yeah.
is definitely Marvel.
Now, I will have to say this. Superman is my ultimate favorite superhero. But that's because he was my first, single superhero. And I grew up watching The New Adventures of Lois and Clark. And
Okay.
the original Superman movies. And the cartoon Superman. And so I am an absolute Superman fan. But my first superhero group was the Fantastic Four. So...
I will. Okay. Sorry, she's a little.
Yeah,
She's a little hypocritical.
I know.
I'm not gonna go into it, but anyways.
Yeah.
Continue.
Alright. So, but my first superhero group was the Fantastic Four. And so I own both the original Fantastic Four movies. And I loved them to death. I was really mad when they remade Fantastic Four, and it sucked.
It sucked. I thought it sucked all. I thought it sucked.
It sucked.
Interesting fact, it's actually the first movie I ever saw that I saw opening night, Thursday night. It's the first movie I ever saw Thursday night.
That's a really bad movie to have seen for that.
Really disappointing, 100%.
I was so mad because they destroyed the entire like the entire like. I can't even explain it. It was so bad. They they destroyed it.
Absolutely, I totally agree.
They messed up the I know it's called the origin story. They messed up the relationships. Okay, and Johnny and Susan are actual brother and sister. So.
Alright, y'all doing something?
Yeah.
Which one did we leave off?
Okay, we were talking about superhero movies, and yours was Civil War.
Apologies for having to leave, by the way.
It's
Very
okay.
Emergency situation. Not really that emergency, but still. Okay, favorite superhero you said? Captain America.
Captain America, and then you said yours was Civil War.
Civil War, absolutely. It was just the best in
Yeah.
terms of. It was where I think they really proved that, for the first time, the directors proved they can like take a bunch of different characters, like a bunch of different characters, 12 or 14 different characters, all with different backstories. Give them each enough time, make the stories come together in a way that seems like was seamless and just don't put together really well. It was the first time I knew like they would be able to do that, and that's when I was like, okay,
Yeah.
now imagine this but on a much grander scale with
Oh,
like, the
yes.
Infinity War, you know?
Yes.
And that was what kind of like made me really excited for the future of the MCU.
Yeah.
So that's definitely my favorite movie.
I honestly have to say probably the first Captain America movie is my favorite.
First Avenger?
Yeah.
That's a
That
good one.
one's probably my favorite, like out of like the collective like current 22 movies.
Yeah, that's a
that's
really good
that's probably my favorite one. So Cap and Superman are my
The
two.
Captain America trilogy is just amazing.
It is.
Honestly.
I
Like,
love
it's
it.
Really, it's perfect.
So I'm like, don't let Chris Evans leave.
I know. I think he's gonna be gone this movie,
So
unfortunately.
I didn't
It's
realize
so sad.
that Chris Evans played Johnny Storm
He does. That's right.
in the
yes.
Fantastic Four movies. I did not know that until I started when he got into like Captain America movies and stuff, and I started looking up information. I'm like, he played Johnny Storm,
Yes, that was my favorite part of the.
and I was
Fantastic
like,
Four original movie.
because he looks so different.
He really does. He got the shaved head and stuff, and it's like he's so much younger.
I know, and I was just like,
He did a good job in that role too, honestly. in my
I
opinion.
know, I loved that. It was one of my favorite things. All right, so now we're getting into music.
My literal favorite thing on the planet Earth.
Yes.
Perfect.
Mine too.
I don't play it, but I listen to it.
I know. I can sing a little bit, but I've tried playing instruments. I can't.
I don't think I can sing or play instruments. I just love listening to music. It is
I
literally my
love
favorite
it.
thing to do.
So, all right. So your current favorite artist or musician or multiple, if you want.
Current and always will be. I never see anyone surpassing this this person in terms of whose music I enjoy the most and whose music means the most to me is an artist by the name of John Bellion. I don't know if you've ever heard of his stuff. He has been around for I want to say about 7 years now, but just recently in 2016 he released his album, an album that really like kind of put him onto the like main, not into the mainstream, but he had one song that busted onto the mainstream called All Time Low, and he got really popular from that. But his music, to me, it just it explores so much about the the inner like emotions and the just the overall mind of like a person in general, and how his album was called his most popular album was called The Human Condition, and it explores a lot of everyday feelings and emotions and struggles that we as people go through that sometimes don't get really talked about because they just kind of get overlooked as oh yeah, that's just you're just human, and I love that. I mean, he talks about the struggles of trying to live up to the expectations of your parents and people, your friends, like while doing college and school and all that stuff. He talks about struggling with not knowing what God's plan for him is. He's a religious person as well, which is great. He's got a lot of like themes.
I need to look this guy up.
You really should. His music is great. He's got a lot of godly themes in his music. He's got songs about like heartbreak and all that kind of stuff. And then he's just got songs that sound really good too. Like just ones you kind of like just want to dance, like jump around to. He's overall just the best musician in terms of one of the most creative people and one of the most talented people that I think I've ever had the pleasure of listening to in my entire life. And like I said, I don't see that changing ever, to be honest with you. I think John Bellion, unless something drastic happens, John Bellion will probably be my favorite artist of all time.
Forever and ever.
For all time, yeah, for sure.
I honestly have to say the Jonas Brothers are mine, just because I started listening to them when I was about 12, 13, when everybody was getting the Bieber fever.
Bieber fever. That's,
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. I
That was
never
forever
caught it.
ago.
I was so thankful I never caught it. I don't like Justin Bieber a whole lot.
Music or as a person?
Both.
Both.
Just personal preference, and just I didn't like the way he was doing things and singing about, and I just couldn't do it.
That's fair.
And so, but the Jonas Brothers were my first concert at the age of 14. For my birthday, my parents got me Jonas Brothers tickets, and I got to go see them live before they broke up. And it was actually one of the last concerts they had before they broke up and canceled their like huge tour. And so I got that.
I didn't know they canceled a tour like that.
Yeah, they were planning a really big tour and they canceled it and said they were chopping things off, and
when was this? What year was this?
2013.
Okay,
So it was for my 14th birthday.
They had one song out in 2013 that I liked a lot. It was called Pom Poms. I used to love that song.
I love this song with the videos.
Yes, I've never seen the video, but
the video for it, they could have done a little better. But I listen to all of their songs. There's not one that I'm particularly like I don't like, just because.
What's your favorite song by them? I'm gonna guess. I have one in my head. I'll tell you what mine is.
What?
And then you tell me what yours is. Mine is Love Bug.
That's a good one.
That song makes me so
that one
gets me in my feels, you know.
I know.
And of course, Year 3000 is really good.
That one's good, but that Year 3000 is not actually their song. It's actually a cover. It's a cover of somebody. It's a cover of somebody else's song.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
It's not actually theirs, but that's what the song they're known for.
Interesting.
Well,
yeah, that's true.
But
that's interesting.
I honestly have to say my favorite is probably Turn Right off of Lions, Vines, and Trying Times.
Okay.
Just because it helped me get through a really bad
season of life.
The Jonas Brothers were my music thing when I was younger, and so I went through some really rough stuff, and Turn Right, I perceived it as a message from God saying, I'm here whether you realize it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Turn right, come to me. While everybody else is fading away, I'm right here.
That's awesome.
And so it's honestly probably one of my most favorite songs. And then of course me and my mom love When You Look Me in the Eyes. You can't. That one's a really good one
So
too.
did you watch all the Camp Rock movies and stuff?
I own both of them.
Oh, of course.
I own both of them. See here. I own both of them. I have one of the Jonas Brothers volumes, I guess you would call them, from when they were on Disney. They don't have all the episodes on DVD, and I'm really mad because I want LA so bad. I want all of them. I want to own them all. I'm only missing 2 albums. Their original one, It's About Time. And then I'm also missing the Jonas LA soundtrack. Those are the only 2 main Jonas Brothers CDs I'm missing. But It's All About Time, there's only a certain amount of copies that were sold. I want to say like 2,000 copies were sold or something like that.
Wow.
And so I've been trying to find one on Amazon somewhere because I really want that one. Time for Me to Fly is one of my other favorite ones. So when it was time for me to go to Eastside, that was my anthem.
That's
so
cool.
I'm like, it's time for me to soar. It's time for me to get going. I'm going to succeed, and I did. I got straight A's
Hey, good job.
both years, all high school years, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. I had all A's, and that was my launching song. So, but
that's really cool.
Yeah. So, all right.
Music is powerful.
I love music. All right. So, your current favorite song / album?
Current favorite song or all-time favorite song?
Let's do both.
All-time favorite song, I think, is without a doubt "Hand of God" by John Bellion. It's the last song on the album I was telling you about. It kind of ties in everything he talked about in that album before. But it just, the lyrics are, just the theme of the song is that your whole life is in the hand of God, no matter what. You can't outrun his plan, you can't escape what his plan is for you. And that's important. That's so important to me, that message, because, like, being in college and, trying to figure out what it is I really want to do with my life and what it is I really just want to, what is my career going to be? Who am I going to end up with? What am I going to find out about myself, as I walk down this winding road of life? It's comforting that no matter what no matter where I end up, no matter where I go, I can't stray from what God has planned for me. Like, it's all a part of the story, and it's all a part of me becoming who God wants me to be at the end of the day. At the end of the day, and that's so important because there's times where I just feel lost and like I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. Like, where am I? How did I get here, God? You know, like, is this really what you want for me? Is this really where is this really where I'm supposed to be right now? And I don't know, to be honest, sometimes I struggle with, doubting his plan. And that song, honestly, whenever I play it, it's always like a reset button. It's like, all right, get back, come back, take a breath, you're good, you're on the right path. Just keep moving forward, keep praying, and keep trusting in God to get you where you need to be, because he will, as long as you keep the faith in him. And that's so important for me, because that's something I struggle with a lot, is doubting my future, God's plan, what he has for me and stuff. So yeah, that song, just above every other song that's ever been made ever by anybody, is just, like I said, I told you about the John Bellion. I don't know if it'll ever change, if that's my favorite song or not. Like, no matter what, that song is always going to mean so much to me, So
yeah.
Current favorite song, though. I will tell you, current favorite song. So my second favorite band is a group called AJR. You ever heard of them before? They make very similar sounding music to John Bellion. It's very electronic, like alternative pop kind of. And I love one. It's called Turning Out, and it's kind of this. It's similar in message to like what Hand of God is about, but it's just about how we're never really done becoming the people that we're supposed to be. Like, every day is a chance to grow as a person. Every day is a chance to find out more about life and about ourselves. And like for me, as you can probably tell, like when I listen to music, I like listening to the lyrics of the songs and like really,
I do too.
Yeah, like really getting in touch with what the song means. And like if it sounds cool, that's a plus. That helps.
Is.
But even if it doesn't, I do try to listen to the lyrics and like really take in what it means and like what this artist is trying to say in the lyrics, like to the listener, through the lyrics of the song. Because that's as a writer, I think I appreciate that a lot more than I think normal, just because it's not easy to convey a message all the time the way you want it to be conveyed. Through writing, it's tough. And if an artist can reach me in a place where I am, through the way they write and through the way they, write their lyrics, that's super important to me. So
I need to get my music binder into your hands, because I've written 48 songs.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I just don't have anybody to help me put music to them or fix them or...
Have you been writing these for like a long time now?
Since the 7th grade.
Wow, that's awesome. When's the most recent one you wrote?
Over Christmas break.
Dang,
I went to an Anthem Lights concert. I hadn't written a song for probably almost a year, because I just, with everything that's been going on, actually it might have been last summer when I wrote it. And there's a certain guy that I thought was supposed to be mine, and he's not. And I wrote a song called Waiting for You about that. And then with everything that's been going on and the way I was feeling, I stopped. Because nothing was flowing at the moment.
Yeah, sometimes you just hit writer's block. It's like,
and I went to an Anthem Lights concert over Christmas with my aunt, and we got back to her house, and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was getting ready I was laying in the bed, and I had this line come into my head, and I'm like, I gotta write this.
You gotta get up and write it down before it leaves you.
I pulled out, it's not in this one, it's in my other backpack. I have the song in the back of my radio notebook, because that was the only thing I had, and I wrote that sucker in like 10 minutes.
That's awesome.
And so
inspiration hits at crazy times, and it hits quickly, and it's like,
but the song's about music is a universal language. It can transcend from anywhere at any time.
Those are the best kind of songs.
And it's a language everybody can understand.
Absolutely.
And so
one song might mean something to one person, it means something to another person. That's important.
Yeah, I need to get my songbook into your hands, because you would like it. You would love it. So, 'cause there's a lot of stuff in there that I have that I've written out of personal experience and things that I've been through and just my walk through life.
Yeah.
And
That's
so, like, one of my first ones is an anagram out of my name
Really?
that I wrote. So, and then there's one that I wrote with my mom. She had a little rhyme for when we needed patience. And anytime we're anxious or anything, she's like, just be patient.
Mhm.
And she's like, do you want me to see the patient? I'm like, no. But I turned it into a full out song.
Really? That's awesome.
And then I wrote one with another friend of mine who I haven't seen in a while. She lives, I think, in North Carolina. I wrote one with her called Trust. I wrote one line, she wrote another, and then we went like that. And so I have that one written out too. So, but I have a lot of really cool stuff. I haven't shown my music notebook to anybody in a long time.
Oh dang! When I write it on, I used to try to write music myself.
Yeah.
But it was like a short-lived thing. I realized that poetry is more like my go-to.
Which actually leads us into the spoken word stuff.
Oh yeah.
So that's my next question.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
So
what about the spoken word?
just like how you got involved, what you like about it, like how did this all transpire? 'Cause I really liked your spoken word video.
I appreciate that. That actually means the world. The whole spoken word thing I mentioned earlier about Gopal suggesting that I, do this the NRB competition, which took place in Nashville. This was
I got to go.
You were there, weren't you?
It was.
Great experience.
I loved it.
Did you get to meet the I can only imagine actress or whatever? What her name was?
The actress. I got to meet Bart.
You met Bart Miller. That's cool. I really.
There was somebody else I got to meet, and I don't remember who it was. But
I hated that that was the night we were filming because we weren't able to go.
I cried during the entire movie.
I love that movie. It's really good.
I love it.
I got to end up seeing it with my church a little while after.
And I got to see the Guys Not Dead 3 and Paul the Apostle of Christ.
Was Jim Caviezel there? Did you meet him too?
Briefly shook his hand.
That's awesome.
That was really. I was like.
You shook the hand of Jesus. How does that feel? That is cool. You can say that from now on.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, the whole competition was a 24-hour film competition that I was sent down there with my team of friends, Hudson, Grace, and Chris, and we went down there, and we were given an assignment that was a part of the competition. It was create a short film, 3 minutes or less, in under 24 hours, revolving around the theme of hope. And so we did, and we had this idea because we had watched a couple of videos from a YouTuber named Prince EA before the competition started, and it inspired us because he does spoken words, and we'd watched his spoken word about social media, and we were like, yo, this is cool, like, this is unique. This could be this is something that's not hard, that's not like hard to create, editing wise and production wise. And then they asked if they were like, you think you could write something like that for our, our actual video? And I was like, I'd never done that before. I'd never done like poetry. I'd never done anything like that. But I was like, you know what? Might as well give it a try because we had done little practice films to prepare for the competition beforehand. And while they were fun to make, they didn't turn out all that well. And we were like, we got to really spice this up if we want to have like a genuine shot at competing and like to actually win this competition, because there were some teams there that had more equipment that was way more expensive than ours, just technologically were more well off, and so we were like, we got to do something different, something that no other team's going to do. And so we went with the idea of a spoken word, and being the scriptwriter, I wrote it, and I was like a quick, again, it's an under 24-hour thing, so I locked myself, Grace will attest to this, I locked myself in a room, put on my favorite music, and just like drifted and just tried to get inspiration, and I did, and I like felt, when I was in that room, I felt like, yo, I'm getting some serious inspiration like from God right now. It's like, I knew exactly what, he told me exactly what I needed to talk about because it was something that I had struggled with for such a long time. And he told me, this is how you're going to reach, this is how you're going to use this struggle that I have, that you have been going through for like the past 7 years of your life, struggle of self-image, the struggle of, finding your worth and what other people say about the way you look and the way you're, dressed, all that kind of stuff. You're going to use that struggle that you've been dealing with for such a long time and finish breaking free of it by helping other people with this. And so I wrote the whole thing in like 30 to 45 minutes time, because like you said, it just flows when you get that inspiration. It just comes out. And like, again, I'd never done poetry before, never done spoken word, any of that kind of stuff, but it just came out, and I was like, okay, this is good. And I made a couple of edits while we were working on it and filming it, but it just really all came together in such a perfect way for it to happen like that. And we didn't win the competition, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But the whole we knew we had something special. Like when we had done it, we were just so confident in it once we had finished, and we were just so proud of it. It was like this is the best thing we've ever made as a group, And we were beyond, proud of what we had done. And so, unfortunately, we haven't gotten around, or I haven't even gotten around to making another one since then. But I would really like to, because I've got a lot of different ideas, and it's just this semester in itself has been, and this year in itself has been so, like, slammed with so many different things, a lot of different issues for me, like socially, academically. It's just been a struggle to keep up with that, and so I haven't had like the extra time to,
with like
make something else.
I understand that, because like with me, if I hadn't had this radio show, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing with my YouTube channel right now, because for most of the semester I've worked 3 jobs. I dropped 2 different classes, and I'm still drowning in homework.
Yeah.
And with everything that's been going on with my parents lately and my family, it's been a rough 2 semesters.
Rough stretch of time, yeah.
And I just haven't been able to do a whole lot. But with the radio station, I can film while I'm doing my show during music breaks, and I can quickly edit them. I have pictures set up on my thing and just type the words and it's done, and just upload it, and it's something easy, it's fun. The only thing I'm having issues with is coming up with more topics.
I like these topics too.
And so, but like, I honestly, if I hadn't had the radio station, I honestly probably would be in a very, very bad place.
It's an outlet, right? It's an outlet to use.
It's a major outlet. That and youth group and working with my kids on Sundays. Those are my things, and so it's especially with me not having my parents down here and not having my cat, my baby, my baby boy.
That's awesome. I'm more of a dog person myself.
I like both. We've grown up with cats more because my dad's allergic to dogs, and so we've grown up with cats, and so like my Pookie is my baby boy, but I do want to get a dog. I want a beagle. Ever since I saw the movie Cats and Dogs, I've wanted a beagle so bad.
We have 2 German Shepherds in our house.
German Shepherds are cool.
Those are great dogs.
Those are cool dogs.
They shed a lot, but they're great dogs.
They do, but I've always wanted a beagle.
They're not as much inside dogs, I guess.
Yeah.
Some other types might be.
Yeah. So, but beagle's on my wish list. So, I have a connection to where when I get out of college and I have a place, I can get a beagle.
Oh, that's cool.
Fingers crossed, because I want one. And it'll be like a full-fledged beagle.
Yes.
And
none of that half-footage.
Yes.
You get a full-fledged beagle.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So,
But yeah, I don't want to say like keep an eye out for the next thing that I do, but like because I don't know what the next thing I'm gonna do is. Once this summer hits though, and once I have got this semester behind me, it's all said and done, and I can just breathe a little bit and just relax and be like, okay.
That's what my dad didn't want me to take classes over the summer. He wants me to be able to chill out a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm just like once you get all this stuff behind me for the semester, and it's like I can feel like I'm struggling to breathe right now a little bit with all this stuff that's just coming at me. Once I can breathe, and be like, okay, I got 4 months of time here
Yes.
to just do whatever.
Yes.
I'm gonna use this to be hopefully as creative as possible. I just want to just bang out some stuff this summer and just really just go to work.
Yes.
And since I'm gonna have all that extra free time, I want to use it to better myself and better my some of the work that I do. That's my goal. And hopefully over the summer I can come up with a few different things that'll be.
Yeah. My summer is sleep and work.
And the sleep part too. Don't
Sleep
forget about
and
that.
work. That's
and
my summer.
And I'll be working a lot as well at Publix actually.
Cool.
Bagging or cashiering and bagging people's groceries.
That's cool.
Oh, it's
I work at Build-A-Bear.
the one. Yeah, it's the one around.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The only other one, there's Columbia and Charlotte and Asheville.
I got you.
But
You like it there?
I've been wanting to work there since I was 8.
Oh, it's like a dream job.
It's my absolute high dream job.
That is awesome.
So, but
Can't say I've been wanting to work at Publix since I was 8, but it pays me nice and it's a decent place.
like
Can't
for
really complain about it.
Build-A-Bear, I don't do it really for the pay. I do it for the kids and
the experience.
the ability to work with stuffed animals.
Oh, of course.
I can't tell you how many Build-A-Bears I have.
I can't blame you for that. I work with stuffed animals if I have the chance to. There were stuffed animals at Publix. Job be the best job in the world. Sometimes you just need a pet or a stuffed animal to really just mellow you out a little bit, right?
Yeah. Like right now, the current one that I hang out with a lot is a Toothless.
From How I Train Your Dragon. From How I Train Your Dragon?
Yeah, How I Train Your Dragon 3.
Oh, that's cool.
So, I want the Light Fury really bad, but
that's awesome.
it keeps selling out. So, yep. But, yeah, that's life. Life is interesting.
Crazy.
Yes, life is life is crazy. So trying to figure out what I'm doing for the summer, where I'm staying for the summer, because right now my parents they're in Tennessee, but by mid-June they're going to be in Rock Hill.
Oh, dang.
So it's about an hour and a half from here, but I won't be able to live with them for the summer. So I have to find a place to crash after April 30th, because that's when my last exam is, April 30th.
What are you looking at? Like, where are you looking right now?
Anything that's not my grandmother's.
Anything that's not there?
Anything that's not my grandmother's.
Got you. Okay, I feel.
So if I have to pay a little bit of rent, I'm down.
You might as well do it.
That's what I did last summer. I paid rent, paid power. So.
I feel.
But honestly, we don't have the best relationship. And my dad's like, you can go stay with her. I'm like, nope.
It's like, I'm good.
I'm good.
Is there anything else? Any other options?
Yes.
It's all, it'll work out. Whatever. Like I mentioned earlier, it's all.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, whether it sucks or whether it is awesome,
Yeah.
it's all part of God's plan. And you'll realize everything, and the reason everything happened once you look back.
I usually do.
Yeah.
So.
You see God's hand in everything. Eventually.
Yep. But I think this is going to conclude our time today.
Oh, yes.
So, but
how long did we go for? Oh, wow, that's a lot of time. And that's just the second half of the interview.
second half.
Oh, Lord, okay.
So, yes. But I have another interview to do, so.
Sounds good.
But I appreciate you coming and talking to me and just hanging.
Absolutely appreciative for you to have had me on. That means a lot. I appreciate it.
So, but, because we've had several classes together and I haven't been able to.
I know we have photojournalism.
Yeah.
What else have we had
I
besides that?
don't know. I don't know if it's just because you hang out with Seth a lot and stuff, and I interact with everybody through him most of the time.
I got you.
Or classes.
There's
and
North Hills and Seago's North Hills and stuff.
So, but I like getting to know people on a one-on-one level. That's my favorite kind of interview and interaction, and so
It's deeper. Stuff gets deeper that way, which is important.
yeah. So
That's awesome.
it's part of my Hufflepuff personality. It really is.
And I assumed it's part of my Ravenclaw personality as well. I don't know for sure.
I'm not
'cause
sure.
I don't know anything about it, but
Yeah.
it sounds good, so we're gonna go with that.
Yeah. So, but that's the end of the video, guys. Thanks for watching,
Yes.
and we appreciate it.
Also-
And keep an eye out for the guy. He's amazing.
Oh,
So.
Also, go Hurricanes. Stanley Cup playoffs tonight, 7 o'clock. Beat the Capitals. Shock the world.
All right.
Thank
But
you for having me.
we will.